Nation, welcome to this top 10. Merry Christmas, by the way. It is Christmas Eve. Hope everyone's having a great holiday. I'm having a good little break. So this week we have a movie, A Complete Unknown, starring Timothy Chalamet, which is about Bob Dylan. Looking very forward to this movie. I like Bob Dylan music. It's not one of my favorite things in the world. But, so this gives me a good opportunity, as always, during my top 10s of the month, is to do the top 10 biopics. I love a good biopic. I love learning about something. You know, last month I did top 10 history films. This month I get to do top 10 biopics. So, there was a lot of good movies. I had a big list of movies, and it was hard to get that down to 10, but I ultimately got there. So, let's begin. At number 10, I'm going with Hacksaw Ridge. Hacksaw Ridge is a movie about Desmond Doss, who was in the army, who said, "I'm not going to take a life." I believe it was like the Medal of Honor or Medal of something. But basically, it's Andrew Garfield, who had an Oscar-worthy performance, and not winning the Oscar. I love Andrew Garfield, but he was very good in the movie, and the war stuff is fantastic. The movie's directed by Mel Gibson, even though the movie says from the director of Braveheart, which, you know, they don't want to say Mel Gibson's name because he's still kind of blackballed in Hollywood. But Hacksaw Ridge is a great World War II movie. Really enjoy it. And it's just a great one. My number 9 is Walk the Line, a James Mangold movie directed, which he has directed The Complete Unknown, so he has a knack for directing musical biopics. Walk the Line is incredible. It's about Johnny Cash. Joaquin Phoenix plays Johnny Cash, about basically how he started, how he got into alcohol or drugs, went to prison for a little bit, and then got out and became Johnny Cash. But it's also been a love story between him and June Cash. Reese Witherspoon plays June Cash, and she's terrific in the role as well. Walk the Line's great. The musical numbers were really good. I love this movie, and I also love Johnny Cash. My number 8 is The Wolf of Wall Street. This movie is about Jordan Belfort, played by Leonardo DiCaprio. It's directed by Marty Scorsese. It's basically about a guy who starts off as a stockbroker who gets into this gang, goes kind of down a dark path, and it's just such an entertaining, comedic movie. Like the Quaalude scene with the lemons is like one of the funniest things I've seen in a movie theater at that time in a very long time. It's one of my favorite comedies in the last 20 years probably. And DiCaprio is so incredible. He probably should have won an Oscar over Matthew McConaughey, in my personal opinion. I know I'm probably in the minority of that year, but I thought he was great. Also, Jonah Hill was great, who was very hilarious in the film. And there are all these very small cameo actors who are in this movie. Do a terrific job. So yeah, Wolf of Wall Street is a great one. My number 7 is The King's Speech. This is a movie based about King George VI, who had a speech impairment, who is trying to get over it because he becomes king. He has to give a speech because Britain has got to enter World War II, how we're struggling against France and we have to unite our country, and the country falls under they love the royal family, and the king can't speak. Why would the people need to follow him? I think Colin Firth is great. Helena Bonham Carter, who's in her most normal role of all time in this movie as I believe Queen Mary, and King's Speech is great. I absolutely love this movie, and I also really like Gregory Rush, who helps King George be able to he builds a friendship, and it's such a good film. My number 6 is The Social Network. This movie is based off of Facebook, about Mark Zuckerberg, how he founded Facebook. A lot of it is unfounded, like a lot of it was exaggerated, and I love the lawsuit element to the movie, where he is where at the end of the movie it's like they're like about 85% of it was exaggerated, which I think was a very funny sense. The movie is directed by David Fincher, who is, like I said, always one of my favorite directors. And also, I really like Jesse Eisenberg as him, and also has Andrew Garfield in it. I really do like Andrew Garfield, don't I? But Social Network's great. Incredible film. Love it. My number 5 was my favorite movie of last year, and that was Oppenheimer, about Richard Oppenheimer, how he struggled of building the atomic bomb, how he eventually got the atomic bomb, and then he deals with that moral repercussions for the rest of his life. The movie's incredible. I mean, it's just such an amazing movie. I love how Christopher Nolan uses his Christopher Nolanism of the past, the present, and the future stuff was incredible. And I think Oppenheimer's great. It's a movie I'm looking forward to rewatching. I have it on 4K. I can't wait to see that on my OLED TV whenever when me and a girlfriend gets that movie picked for our movie. My number 4 is Moneyball. Moneyball is the movie about Billy Beane, how he used the Moneyball system for the Oakland A's in order to try to change their luck, because you had baseball teams like the New York Yankees, the Boston Red Sox, and all these rich teams who just can buy a player who's worth the entire salary of a team salary. But the movie's great. Jonah Hill once again in this movie as well, and him and Brad Pitt have such a great partnership in this movie. And I love Moneyball. It's one of those movies that I've watched over and over again, and I'll probably keep watching it over and over again. Really well directed and well good movie. My number 3 is Malcolm X, my favorite Denzel Washington movie. He plays the character Malcolm X, who was during the Civil Rights Movement was going through a different path than what Martin Luther King did, because he believed that we had to do it for violence. But towards the end of his life, he kind of had a change, and then eventually his own people wanted him dead. The movie's great. It's a Spike Lee movie. It's just so well acted, and Denzel should have won an Oscar for this movie, not Training Day. It is what it is. But I think Malcolm X is incredible. My number 2 is Gandhi. Gandhi is a movie that stars Ben Kingsley, directed by Richard. It's a guy. It's John Hammond from Jurassic Park. I can't remember his name. Gandhi's great. Ben Kingsley plays Gandhi. How he goes from that lawyer character to eventually the guy in the rags, and how you understand his story. How he really just wants peace for his people, and really how his end is just he was trying to help, but people were his own people is what killed him. That's just like Malcolm X, very ironic. It's just crazy. But Gandhi is absolutely incredible. And my number 1 biopic is Patton. I think I just talked about Patton last month. I can't remember if I did or not. But Patton, I think without Patton, you don't get the biopic movie. Because before Patton, it was all like, we're like, oh yeah, American soldiers, America, we are the best. But Patton kind of took Patton's character and showed there's more to dimension than just the American hero. There's this crazed mind part of him, and I think Francis Ford Coppola wrote Patton, and George C. Scott said, if you change the script, I will not be in this movie. And it's really what helped Coppola get to do The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and the story is so good. How we turn this character, and I think it's just like, okay, there not always have to be the hero. Sometimes there's more to it, because human beings, we're not perfect, we're not always good people, and I think Patton does a really good job. And I had to throw Patton at 1 because without Patton, I don't think you get most biopics. So guys, that ends my top 10 biopic movies. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing Complete Unknown this week. I'm going with Rainy Cage. Me and him, we have our yearly tradition where we go see a bunch of movies before we do our top 10. Be prepared for a lot of Darth Easy videos. I have a lot of fun ones planned, between ranking my Star Wars books, to ranking TV shows, doing my movie collection, and obviously my top 10 videos with Rainy Cage. So I'm looking forward to y'all checking out. I hope y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And that's it. I gotta say about that. So guys, what's your favorite biopic? Wherever they are, comment below. Let me know. And guys, if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe for more. Tell your friends, Easy Nation. All too easy.